She said of the protesters, and we don't have time for all that petty punk ass little thuggery stuff that's been going on with these quote-unquote protesters who are doing nothing but wasting your time and trying to take away your First Amendment rights, your rights to assemble peacefully. Now, of course, that would be her act. This is the blood libel person. We can't expect her to not embrace victimhood and persecution at any opportunity. But it was, it's just, once again, I guess they brought out their a 2008 failure, and it's a retread. They're going after the same thing again, and she's going back to this well.
Isn't it ironic that Trump calls Mitt Romney a failure, but yet one of his proudest surrogates, one he likes to hold up and display as a sign of his popularity, is Sarah Palin, and there is no bigger name synonymous with political failure than Sarah Palin.
Yeah, Sarah Palin had it all, and she just threw it all away. As much as I don't agree with her and didn't support her, she had charisma. She had, she was the governor of Alaska. God knows how she got that job. But see, that just goes to show you that anybody can get into office. And she didn't know anything about governing. Most people don't. She got in there and she made a lot of mistakes. But that didn't stop her from getting picked to be the vice presidential candidate, I should say, not the vice president. So, she had everything, and she had changed all the laws so that they could make reality TV and it would all be funded and by the taxpayers in Alaska. So she's used that to her benefit. She had everything. She's tried, I don't even know I can't keep track of how many reality TV shows she's thrown at the wall. But everything is a failure. She has her little base, but it's whittled away to nothing. And basically, when people see her, they mock her. She's also become a symbol of hate.
Yeah, I think about it, and I think of Trump's rallies, Trump's speeches, Trump's press conferences in terms of infomercials. And Sarah Palin is that washed up has-been that you see at 3 a.m. trying to sell you a blender.
Right.
She's that political equivalent. You trot out Sarah Palin simply for name recognition value. And I think Trump is just trying to use her as part of his pitch.
Yeah, and he's just selling a really bad blender that doesn't actually work. Donald Trump
a really
Jr.
bad blender.
That's how I picture him with the, there's a, I'm going to make a smoothie for everyone. It's going to change your life. It's going to cure cancer. It's going to be so great. We're going to build a wall. Everything's great. Said $19.99. Only 17 payments of $19.99. And you too can have your Trump wall. That's how I see him. But, aside from that, I wanted to mention Donald Trump Jr., his son, he retweeted a tweet that identified the woman, Birgit Peterson, the woman who gave the Nazi salute at a Trump rally. He retweeted a tweet that identified her as a supporter of Bernie Sanders. And that's why, you just keep seeing what these people do. They learned it all from Fox News. They say a lie like that. And it's built, now they're just building this huge wall of lies built on these little teeny lies, and later he deleted the tweet. But what good does that do? Because you know how these people are. They've seen the tweet, now they know. My Twitter feed is just filled with these people screaming at me about Bernie Sanders organizing and the Linsky tactics and how he's paid for all these people. Because Bernie Sanders has so much corporate money. Yes. He can just pay all these organizers to come in, unlike the Republicans. It's funny because this is sort of what they were doing with Governor Walker in Wisconsin. He got busted saying that might be something they would need to do, is send in protesters to make it look really bad, to make the left look bad. So they're just continuing on with that. But where does this get them in terms of the larger, not just the election in November, but the larger culture war that's going on?
Well, I will bring you one little news item from Illinois. There was a there was a university or a company that tried to conduct a poll of Democrats in Illinois for the primary. They couldn't find enough Democrats to vote because Democrats only wanted to participate if they could say they were voting for or against Donald Trump in the questioning. I think Trump is causing a Sarah Palin effect. And for those of us in the left middle, we remember the Sarah Palin effect and all the money Sarah Palin raised for Democrats and how Sarah Palin just basically made an Obama victory a really huge Obama victory because people turned out to vote against Sarah Palin in 2008. I think the same thing's going to happen. And I think that this country has already fought the culture war that Trump and the segment of the Republican Party is trying to fight. Except now there's more Hispanics, there's more Asians, there's more women, there's more African Americans involved in the process. There's a huge coalition that's already mobilized against this. And they're going to lose again, and they're going to lose very, very badly.
They've been losing this war for a long time. The pick of Sarah Palin was, in fact, she was the cardboard cutout sort of, don't look at our policies. Look, we have a woman on the ticket. And they did the same thing with many of their candidates that they're trying to push because they're minorities. When in fact the policies don't help minorities, they don't help your average American. So they've been trying to win this culture war with fake symbols of cardboard cutouts, sort of diversity, without embracing any policies that support diversity. So we will see where this is going, but it doesn't look like it's going anywhere good. And unfortunately, I do think that I'm afraid someone's going to be seriously hurt at one of Donald Trump's rallies. And
I think the violence is going to get worse before it gets better, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not going in a good direction. Yeah. And when you have the media, again, they did it today, ask, do you think Donald Trump is being a racist? Once again, asked and answered, if you people cannot use your eyes and your brain to figure out what's going on, you might as well lay down on the road and enable this man to run these tankers through and do whatever the heck he wants to do. He needs to be called out repeatedly in order to protect, I think, basic democracy. People need to feel safe when they go out. They're allowed to protest. They're allowed to disagree. As long as they do so civilly, there should not be these kind of problems. So thank you for joining me this evening. Anyone who wants to read us, if you're listening on our podcast on Spreaker, we are on politicususa.com. This is Sarah Jones, and this was Jason Easley joining me. We will speak with you all tomorrow evening. Thank you so much.